Hello, welcome. My name is Buck, and I think my DM hates me. I am a notorious power gamer, and in our first season that's just ended, all of our characters that we played were slightly powerful. And so for the second season of our show, which you can see at Dragon Delves on Twitch, damn, Dyson Divergence at Twitch. The second season coming up is random characters. The DM decided that instead of making the fights harder, they'd just make the characters worse. They're entirely randomized. However, I have gotten a hold of said sheets, and my colleague and friend Dev over here and I are going to help make something of them. Dev, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Dev. I'm really excited to delve into these characters. I am not a power gamer, so I don't give a crap if the mechanics are terrible. I'm excited to make it work.
Yeah, so Dev is the story aficionado here, and I'll be taking care of trying to make sense of the mechanics. And, we're going to work together on both, and we're going to see how narrative and mechanics blend. It's going to be beautiful. Speaking of things being beautiful, do you want to take a look at the first sheet? To be clear, Dev has never seen these before. First blind reaction. Love to get your view on that first look.
Yeah. All right, so 3 levels of Barbarian, 12 levels of Bard. Wow, okay. I love the 7 Charisma. That's
You're
awesome
seeing
for
it.
a Bard. And I
You're
love the
seeing the
10
vision.
strength for the Barbarian. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. I love somebody who is not charismatic or strong and still trying to do their best.
And that, hey, they're breaking the form, breaking the mold. Don't forget the 18 in wisdom.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
were truly meant to be a druid, and they were like, but what if I don't do druid?
but what if I just didn't? What
Yep.
if I hated animals?
Yeah. What if I did the
Now,
druid subclass of barbarians, but still did a barbarian?
it's actually really interesting you said that, because if you look at the skills, they have expertise in animal handling. That
Yep.
is their highest skill outside of medicine.
Yep.
Plus
I love
14.
this.
Now, do you want to pitch a guess of what their persuasion is?
Oh, I'm looking, and I love the performance persuasion of +0. However, they do have a
Mm-hmm.
+8 in deception,
There you go.
so not great, but it's something.
It really seems like this person went to druid school and then lied to their parents
Yep,
about what happened there. They
yep,
switched their major.
yep, literally that. They're like junior year. They're like, hang on, wait a minute. Actually, what if I don't want to do this anymore? I
Mm.
have a song in my heart that I must sing.
And they do not have a singing voice. Uh, if you'll wander over to the spells for me,
Yeah.
did you check out that spell save DC?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a cool DC 11. That's
Mm.
pretty cool. And I am seeing that a whole bunch of their spells do rely on the saving throw. Suggestion, hold person. Okay. We do have a speak with dead. We have a telepathic bond. Okay.
That'll come up later.
I love the 5th level Geish with a wisdom 11 saving throw. It's like, I'm going to use my 5th level
Mm.
spell with a saving throw that will absolutely be beaten. But if you could pull it off, that'd be pretty funny.
Now, to be very clear about something, we are supposed to be playing at level 15.
Yeah.
If a monster doesn't specifically have a vulnerability to a certain type of saving throw, if it's not beating an 11, the DM's having a bad day.
Yep. Yep.
Now, obviously, there are a lot of issues with this sheet, and I'm not going to lie, I've looked at all of these. I've done some analysis because I didn't want to try and guess on the fly, and it was slim pickings. I can't lie, it was not great. However, there are some bonuses here, there are some boons. Now, as a power gamer, I often look at things from a combat perspective. That's my niche, right? However, you could consider this a power gamed character in a certain way if you look at the skills. Yes, this thing has a +0 to persuasion and performance. However, if you look at the skills in almost every other ability score, you've got a minimum of a +3. This thing is useful in almost any scenario. except for being the party face, which makes the bard levels difficult, especially because they are a College of Law bard, meaning their main shtick is cutting words, and they have one bardic inspiration die. And if they want to be useful in battle, you'd think they'd rage. They do not have the hit points to tank, do not have the AC to go with it, and I think if they tried to hit somebody, oh yeah, they'd have a +5. A +5 at level 15 for a barbarian. Not very useful. However, I think I might have cooked. I think I might have put something together, and I think I've accidentally backdoored my way into a 9th level spell.
Hell yeah.
So, you mentioned earlier, which was a very astute observation, they have Rary's telepathic bond, right? Now, that is not a concentration spell. What is a concentration spell is detect thoughts. I reckon that if you were in a combat scenario with like one big enemy, right? Just a chunky guy, you cast Rary's telepathic bond with your party, you cast detect thoughts on the enemy, and then you broadcast everything they're about to do to the entire party. Fireball coming in, great. They already know about it before it happens. Now, I checked in with our DM, and after I pitched this kind of harebrained idea to them, they said that would work, and everyone would get advantage on attack rolls, and the enemy would have disadvantage on attack rolls against them, and they would have advantage on saving throws. Well, physical saving throws. This, I think, has accidentally backdoored its way into Foresight, but for the entire party. Now, it only works on one person, one enemy combatant. But if you are in that scenario, you just became the most powerful combatant on the field with a 7 charisma. And I'm pretty proud of that.
I love that. And I will also say, on the mechanics front, even though a lot of their spells require a saving throw, a lot of them do still do damage, even on a failed save.
Mm-hmm.
So even if the likelihood of failing the save of enemies is low, it's not like you're wasting a spell slot, which is important. It's not an all or nothing situation.
Well, I mean, sort of keeping an eye on the spells and moving towards feats as well.
Oh yeah, gosh, I haven't even gotten there yet.
They have. Oh yeah, no, we got kind of sidetracked. You're gonna notice a lot of that here, guys. Sorry. If you'll head down to the feats when you've taken a moment, so they have Ritual Caster.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you've looked at Ritual Caster recently for the 2024 rules, but they have an ability called Quick Ritual, where they can cast one of their ritual spells with its normal casting time once a day. And when I saw that, I thought, like, well, what spells could they use? And I checked out their spells. Turns out this thing is an amazing utility caster as well. Comprehend languages, Rary's telepathic bond, true seeing, like, and a bunch of, they have identify as well. This thing is really powerful. It just picked the wrong major. If it just went with Druid, it would have been so good.
Yep. The other thing I will say as well is that they do technically have Find Familiar, which it technically, I think, can give you the help action, which may be able to compensate for a less than stellar attack modifier as well.
Yeah, and they have Reckless Attack.
Yeah.
You know, they do also have proficiency with medium armor and shields. So if they're not going to rage, you know, with half plate, they could have a 16. With a shield, they could have an 18 AC. That's pretty strong. And because in the second season, not only are we getting set up with magic items, which we'll get to in a moment, but we also get a certain amount of money that we can spend to buy materials, right? However, one more thing about the DM hating us. We all get magic items. Every player gets 4 magic items, right? Randomly assigned. And they are currently deciding whether or not we can exchange them as a group. But the magic items are so unfortunately placed. What wand does this one have, Dev?
Wand of the War Mage. Interesting.
Yeah. +2 to spell attack rolls. And you ignore half cover when making a spell attack roll.
If only we had
How many
spells.
attack rolls does this make? Yep. This thing makes no spell attacks at all. I'm livid. I'm livid.
I don't think there's actually a single attack roll. No, there's not.
There isn't. I checked.
Not a single one.
No, it's all saving throws.
So it's just gonna be a
They
guy
also
waving a
have
wand on a battlefield being like, look at my wand, and that's it.
literally doing absolutely fucking nish, doing nothing.
I
And
love
it
that.
has a quiver
Yeah.
of Elona, which is like stores a bunch of stuff. So cool. We have no use for it. We have a strength of 10. We also have the Dust of Disappearance, generally pretty useful.
Yeah. Yeah.
This thing has a +1 to Dex. It's not exactly a stealth character.
Nope, just stand still. Dust yourself, stay within 10 feet of your allies, and don't move.
Don't move.
Yeah, and hey, you know what else though? We got a vial of jellyfish stingers. We're so good, dude. We're
Hey,
so good.
we've got a glass bottle of unidentified slime. What more could you need?
Nothing.
Why do we have a vial of fish scales?
Why not? Why not?
For what reason?
I love this.
Also, I absolutely love that the feats. I genuinely think that these sheets were attempting to insult us, because they got the musician feat as the origin feat because they're playing a Simic hybrid, right? And because there's no 2024 equivalent, they get the origin feat as part of it, and sorry, the background. And consequently, they have the ability to inspire people with a song. Why are they better at that than they are actual bard stuff?
Yeah, it's because you know what it is? They don't actually inspire via song. They inspire by that cup song from Pitch Perfect where you have to tap cups a bunch.
No,
That's actually why.
no, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone because I died on the battlefield.
This is awesome.
Well, speaking of how they got these things,
Yeah.
now that we've taken a little bit of a gander at the sheet, how do you feel about story? What do you think we're looking at here?
Yeah, so I have a lot of ideas. I definitely think this
Hmm.
oozes changed majors in college partway through. Like maybe came from
Okay.
a family of barbarians, wasn't particularly good at barbarianing, and always had a dream. Again, song in your heart, stars in their eyes, ready for stage and screen. And even though
Hmm.
people told this person, no, you're not good at this, they were like, screw it, I'm pursuing my dream anyways. And so I feel like that's why we get this like path of the world tree situation because if you think about a typical barbarian player, right? Oftentimes it's like brute strength, like the frenzy,
Hmm.
the criticals, like all of that stuff is kind of the hallmark. And so I think, and also like obviously you have the animal one as well, and which is just for people who want to be horse girls, but also want to hit good with an axe. But this is kind of
That is
like
slander that I will not stand for. I cannot believe you just said that. Okay, 5e Totem of the Bear Barbarian was the meta. If you played an Azamar Totem of the Bear Barbarian, even in this edition, the only things that you don't have resistance to are Psychic and Force. That's all I'm
yeah.
saying. Horse girl's my
It's
ass.
people that
Call me
want
a
to be
bear guy.
no, it's people that want to be a ranger but don't like the ranger class. So they're like, I'll just kind of get what I want out of the barbarian class. Hot take. Hot takes
That's
here.
just a fighter druid. Don't you throw hot takes at me. That's not what this show is. Don't make me make an entire section. I'm gonna set up a section in this show for hot takes. I don't know why. It has nothing to do with what we're doing.
Yep, yep. It's just you responding to the shit I'm saying as somebody with lots of opinions
Mhm.
and not looking to min max. But yeah, so Path of the World Tree to
Yeah,
me reads the most like I don't want to be a typical barbarian subclass. Because you're often you're like,
I'm
you
not
know,
like
pump
other
pump
barbarians.
yeah, you're not like other barbarians because you're like pumping your allies with temp HP or teleporting around the battlefield, which don't get me wrong, as a melee character is really, really cool.
Mm.
And so yeah, I think this character literally was meant to be a barbarian because of some familial legacy of like I come from a family of barbarians, was not suited for it, and then was like, no, I actually really want to become an artist and go to acting school. And so we then go to the College of Lore for 12 levels.
Mhm.
I also think it's very interesting that they're a simic scientist. Like that
I
to
was
me
just about to mention
is
that.
very interesting. And I feel like that's where like the bard kind of comes in a little bit, which is why
Mm.
it's so funny to me. It's like what is a scientist if not kind of a bard in a research sense? So it's like no charisma, but you have higher wisdom, higher intelligence. And so I think he was like, "Oh, I meant to be a bard." Really just wanted to be a chemist. Like he wanted to be a professor of chemistry, but there's no class for that in
He wanted to be an
D&D.
artificer.
No, because that's
He
like,
wanted to be an artificer, it just wasn't official content yet. He just
oh, they
couldn't
don't
do
have
it
this
yet.
major yet. I can't do it. It's like before computer science was
Damn.
a thing, everybody went into electrical engineering. Yeah, so
Yeah, no,
that's my
I actually
pitch.
love. So it's I and especially because I like the idea that the family of barbarians are like, they are the full berserker, like follow the blood rage, and
Yep.
this guy's just out here like, yeah, but what if like animals were really cool?
Yep.
And what if like we did science and stuff?
Yep.
And they're
Yep.
just like, ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
I will also say though, I think I know a lot of people play barbarians as low int, but I kind of think barbarians would make a perfect science class. Hear me out. Because they have a lot of abilities that make them resilient to damage and like they have like their danger sense, whereas like if they know something is off, they get advantage on certain rolls. They have like resistance to damage depending on like if you rage and whatnot. And so it's like you actually are the perfect mad scientist because you can withstand whatever bullshit you get yourself into. You're not smart enough to avoid the bullshit, but when
Mm.
the bullshit happens, you can get out of it alive.
See, I really like that. Like maybe the rage itself is like being toughened by shit just exploding that you've built. And
Yep.
so it's like you've just been peppered with shrapnel so many times, you're just kind of used to it. And you just kind of have to slip into a headspace where it's like, ignore the pain, ignore the pain, ignore the
Yeah, it's
pain.
like instead of I would like to rage, it's I would like to ADHD hyperfocus.
Oh, yes, the ADHD barbarian goes
Yeah.
hard. Especially because like they're known for like, being a little bit more like lithe and like aware of their surroundings. Danger sense. They just
Yep.
have danger sense.
Yep. Always in
Hey,
constant
dynamic
motion.
movement and getting bruises all the time.
Yep.
Exactly. Dynamic movement, looking around, finding bruises everywhere all the time and being like, I don't remember getting those. That's a resistance to bludgeoning damage, if you ask me.
Yep. Yep. We also have our reckless
That's
attack,
beautiful.
where you just don't think through the consequences
Yeah.
of your actions sometimes, but you're really committed to the thing that you're doing.
Call that reckless abandon, not reckless attack.
But yeah.
Relentless rage is just a 6-hour hyperfocus.
Yep. Yep.
Fully. Okay, well, I love this.
That's my pitch.
Perfect. And I really like the idea that the scientist character has managed to like backdoor its way into ninth level spells.
Yep.
Just being like, I know for a fact that because of my past and like the experience I've already had, I'm not going to have enough space in my brain to get all the way up there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to jerry rig it. And
Yep.
like they're very intelligent and very wise. They just went around and figured it out.
Yep. Yep.
That's
100%.
brilliant. I love that.
I
Okay,
like
well,
this
what
little
what would we
guy.
like to call this build? Yeah,
Ooh.
I can't believe you're hitting me with that.
Yeah, I'm
Hmm.
thinking deep. I'm thinking long and hard.
You stroking the non-existent beard.
I mean, we could do something like ape shit.
Okay, explain.
Like you're going ape shit.
So I know what that phrase means. I just wanted to know how it linked to the character.
Oh, because it's like they go. I was like, do you not know? Sorry.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
brilliant. Okay. Yeah,
No,
don't apologize.
as in-
Fuck you.
As in, they're a simic, so you're in ape
Mhm.
form, and you're going into rages. You're going bonkers bananas for science.
So just a quick one. What do you mean they're an ape?
It's a simic, no? Isn't that?
So that's simian that you'll think of. Simic is mostly fish.
Oh, hey, the more you know. Oh, the fish
Hey.
scales. That makes sense.
The more you know, the jellyfish,
you know.
like it's all there.
I just thought maybe like this person was super into the flora and fauna of the oceans. You know, just that was his
Yeah,
special interest.
maybe that's their major. They're a marine biologist.
Yes.
No,
That's
they are usually either, I think it's either humans, elves, or maybe Vidalcan as well, that have been experimented on and had like animalistic enhancements. This one specifically
Oh,
has, it has the ability to climb
nice.
and a carapace, which means like, it has like a thick shell or like strong scale, whatever.
I read the
I really like this in the hybrid.
I read the carapace part and I was like, oh, cool. Didn't question it at all. I was like, yeah, that's normal.
Under species traits, I read the carapace and went, yeah, monkeys, right? You've seen their shell. It's crazy.
Yeah. No,
That's just
fully
wild.
did not draw that conclusion. You know what? It turns out I might actually be this character.
Fully. Actually, fully.
I might
Okay, so we found Dev.
Yep.
That's what we're calling this character now. It's Dev.
Yep, it's me. We could do the fish out of water.
See? We nailed it second time. There it is.
Just cut out
pulled
the first
it out.
One. Cut out the first one. Make
I was
me
about to
sound
say,
really smart.
no, don't you dare. Don't you dare cut it out. Don't you dare. Editor, hear me now. Please don't.
That's what I get for reading the first 3 letters of a word and then my brain filling in the rest of it without actually reading the rest of the word.
I mean,
hot take, Dev doesn't read. You've heard it here first.
That's not a hot take. Come on.
That's just a fact.
No, we are dice and divergence. Come on. Divergence is in the name.
Yep.
But yeah, so that is the fish out of water. I really like that. I'm going to note that down.
I can't believe I did not read the rest of that word and I only saw Sibian. That's crazy.
I enjoyed that so much. You set that up for me and I was like, oh, yes, thank you. Okay, perfect. Let's see what they think about this. Okay, so moving on to the second character sheet we've got here. Now, this one, complete change. All right? I want to see what you think of this.
Hey, we have 15 levels in one thing.
Full 15.
We're a level 15 cleric with mid wisdom, but it's not bad.
No. For these builds, that's a brilliant spellcasting stat.
We have a +2 wisdom modifier, which is great, given what we're working with here. Okay. I love that we're giving skill proficiency in athletics. Great. And our modifiers for most of our other skills are not great. Kind of the opposite.
Middling.
Yeah.
Middling. No negatives.
Okay, our spell save is a 15. That's great compared to most of the other stuff. And we don't have a ton of saving throw spells until we get to like our upper level spells.
That Wonder the War Mage really would have suited this one.
Yes, for sure. All right. What do we got in features and traits here?
Now, these are interesting.
Scrolling. All right, we have our breath weapon. Yeah, which is fun. Okay. Interesting.
I think you've noticed the thing I noticed.
So, yeah, these feats are interesting. We have Savage Attacker and Slasher. Okay, cool. But the really interesting one is the Mark of the Shadow for me.
See, there it is.
Is a fun one. I don't know how many stealth or performance checks we want to make with this character, given they are +0/+0 for those skill checks. But hey, you got the minor illusion cantrip.
Beautiful cantrip. One of my favorites.
Interesting. So that's one that's a little unfortunate because you're not really gonna be doing that all that much. Or because you have no modifiers, you could see it as a positive because now you're going to have at least a +1.
At least a +1.
Yep.
See, that's the thing as well. The bright side. I have to. Otherwise, these sheets will make me sad. So looking at this from like a strategic perspective, well, you also have the invisibility spell from the Mark of Shadow.
Yep.
So technically, you have at least a +1 and advantage if you want to take it.
Yep.
However, if you want even a half decent AC, you're probably going to have to take heavy. Well, actually, I think you can take a couple of heavy armors without the strength requirement, but I'm not sure. I know you can't take plate. I know you need 15 for plate, but either way, so you're going to have disadvantage anyway. But it might cancel out if you don't.
Yep, and you have some relevant magical items. I love how you have a cap of water breathing, just in case you ever want to go swimming.
This guy's an all-terrain vehicle.
Yes.
He flies, he swims.
I love that. And, just for a rainy day, you have a wand of lightning bolts.
Just in case you're packing heat. You're absolutely strapped.
Is that your wand of lightning bolts, or are you just happy to see me? That's the question we'll be asking.
Neither. It's my cap of water breathing. That's just a bubble.
Just a bubble around your head.
I will say they also have the periaptive wound closure, which is
Yep.
one of my absolute favorites. Whenever you make a death saving throw, you can change your roll of a 9 or lower to a 10. Crazy.
Mhm.
Just auto succeed death saves. And natural healing boost whenever you roll a hit point die, regain hit points, double the number. Just straight up double it. There
Mhm.
is also another one, which is, I hate this name, Kyogatom's. Going with it. Ointment.
Is it
No, you're
Keegan?
not getting a second take.
I think it's like Kium's ointment or something.
Are you
That
trying to tell
feel
me that the G, the H, and the T are silent?
Yes. That's what I hear in my
I'm
heart.
livid. I'm
I'm
so
like,
upset.
no, it's gonna be like I'm sure it's based on like an Irish name of some kind, and there's a lot of letters that are silent, you know?
Siobhan.
Yep.
So this one is for me sort of the complete opposite because it is straight up just like I don't know, it's a cleric, man. It's not bad. I This was a refreshing sheet to see. Genuinely. Like, yeah, the spellcasting modifier is a little bit low, but they got some great AoE damage, some good, like, utility spells. But honestly, I'm thinking of this thing as a tank, but as like an unconventional tank, right? Where the other one was sort of like an unconventional support in combat, where it could do like the whole backdoor foresight. This thing, because it's a light cleric, it has warding flare, which means it can give people disadvantage on attacks. So if you do take that armor, then you'll have a pretty good AC and they'll be attacking at disadvantage a decent amount of time. And it has draconic flight, which means worst case scenario, dip out. You can also do a little bit of healing with like the healer's kit, the ointment, and their divine spark ability. That's pretty cool. But I'll admit, it's a little bit disappointing that they have the slasher and savage attacker feat with an 11 in strength and an 11 in dex. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. That's bullshit. I'm so upset about that. Like this could have been so cool.
Yeah, I will say though that it's funny to me because it's like if you hit, you get some fun
Mm.
stuff. If you hit, you get some fun stuff. But unless somebody is buffing you with like a bless or something, for example, to increase your chances of hitting, you're kind of out of luck.
Well,
Unless
depends because you do unless because you do have the guiding bolt cantrip, bolt spell, with the +7 attack, which is pretty good. But you also have 8th level spell slots because you went full 15. So that is what a total of, if it's 46 to begin with, first that's 7d6 plus 4 is 11d6 radiant damage, and the next person has advantage on the attack. That slaps. That's great. Or like Flame Strike, brilliant spell. Wall of Fire to control the battlefield. You've also got utility, as I mentioned before, in Arcane Eye and Scrying. You've got Banishment, which is great.
yeah, I would say this is
Obviously, the classic Fireball.
yeah, this is definitely like a mid-range cleric, not in terms of their ability to impact a battlefield, but just like in terms of their stats, their spells, selected spells. There's nothing egregious. Like this is a pretty usable character considering the spectrum that we're reviewing.
I mean, it does also have like some good debuff options as well, but it feels like this build is doing a lot of many different things. Where the last build had like sort of abilities to support that. They had, the Jack of all trades. They had the College of Law's like magical secrets ability where you could take spells from different classes. It feels like this one is trying to be a little bit, all rounder without actually having like the kit to support that really. Like it does in a way, but either way, I'd love to know how you think this entirely average cleric came to be.
Well, the thing that immediately caught my attention was the languages that this character knows. They know
Mhm.
Common, Gnomish, and Abyssal, which is interesting. In my mind, you could go one of two ways, and I think you could be it could be they learned Gnomish first because they were adopted by a Gnomish family and then learned Abyssal to fight demons, or the reverse, where they were raised by demons and then later found themselves in a gnomish community as a cleric. But I like the
Oh, I
idea. Oh, go ahead.
I thought you meant they were raised by demons to hunt gnomes. When you
I
said the
mean,
opposite, I was like, explain. Why are they
no,
hunting gnomes? What
no,
happened?
no. Because here's the
Oh
thing, right?
no.
When you're a light domain cleric, there are some domains where you can kind of get a little tricky with it about are you actually on
Mm,
the side of good or evil. I feel like the light domain is one
yeah.
of the few where you're pretty
Mm,
strongly on the good side of things. So I think the story would be
literally the sun.
yes. I think they were could have been raised by demons or found by demons and then pivoted, joined the light, and then enmeshed themselves in a gnomish community. But honestly, I kind of like the idea that maybe you had this tall dragonborn raised by a bunch of gnomes because I love the image of just like an armor wearing dragonborn hunched and trying to walk through little gnomish doors.
Are you
That-
talking like full Gorguk Thistlespring?
yes, literally
Yes,
that.
love it.
Yep.
Absolutely love it. I also
Uh,
love the idea. Have you ever seen those videos of like dogs raised by cats?
yes.
I would love to see this character after having like it was raised by gnomes and therefore thinks it's a gnome.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Fully thinks it's a gnome. And I wonder if maybe either something happened in the backstory where they ran across a particular demon, or perhaps a demon endangered their gnomish family, or maybe the gnomes worship a particular deity who's a light domain deity whose whole shtick is that we have to go exterminate all the demons, and so this dragonborn has taken up the mantle of that religious doctrine and is now running around
Yeah.
trying to exterminate all the demons.
Okay, so we got seemingly we got two options. Either we were raised by gnomes
Mhm.
and we think that we're a gnome, and consequently we are following the gnome deity that actively wants us to hunt demons,
Mhm.
right? Or, hear me out, raised by demons, follow a demon lord, and because the gnomes are hunting demons, the demon lord has asked us to hunt the gnomes.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Because hey,
That could be it.
demons are sentient beings too.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
I also like the idea that the Mark of Shadow as like a background feature could work for either of those. You could have picked the Mark of Shadow from working with the demons, but also just like the tricksy like lore of the gnomes. Like, minor illusion is a cantrip that I'm pretty sure forest gnomes get.
Yeah. No, I
That's
like that.
brilliant.
I like it. I like this dragonborn being raised by gnomes, thinking that it's a gnome, just a very very tall
And
gnome that also happens to
a
fly
huge gnome.
and breathe magic, normal gnome
Mhm.
stuff.
Oh wait, no, hold on. He's the gnome chosen one.
Yeah.
That's why he looks that way.
Yep.
The gnome god was like, I have brought you this being.
Yep.
And all the gnomes misunderstood and was like, oh, a gnome that has built into this. It's like, nope, straight up a dragonborn that the gnome god has somehow got into this community through a twist of fate and tricks.
Yep.
But the gnome is just like, no, this is a gnome, just a really big one.
Yep. A special gnome.
The special gnome, the chosen gnome.
Do we know what kind of draconic ancestry? Oh, we're cold. Interesting. Yeah, so you're
Yes.
like this bright, shining, white
Hmm?
dragon from the god
Yeah,
of light.
I like this. I think we've sewn this up in record time.
Yep. Yep, 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 yep.
Beautiful. Oh, especially because you have the soldier background as well.
Yeah.
Like you are a part of the gnome army.
Yep. It's just like
Okay, I
15
love this.
gnomes, and you're just going across the ranks, and suddenly it's just like one massive guy just hanging out.
So he's not even the general.
Nope, he's
He's just
just
a
one of the
guy.
guys just in training camp.
Okay, I love this. This is brilliant.
Listen,
Perfect.
okay, just because you're a chosen one doesn't mean that you can't avoid basic, you know? You gotta go.
You have to. You have to get the training.
Yep. Yep. He'll be a general one day.
Okay. Mm. That makes the slasher and savage attacker feats make much more sense. And the blind fighting.
Yep.
Like, that's all just basic.
Yep.
That's them doing basic training.
Yep.
Okay. I'd high five you if I could. This is perfect.
I have a really bad one.
The person that jumps. I have
You
one
go
too,
first.
but I want to
You
hear
go
yours first.
No, you go first. You
Ah.
go first. I went first
Okay,
last
ready?
time.
Well, technically I've got two. It's either Oh Gnome or The Chosen Gnome. Up to you.
I like the Chosen Gnome a lot. Mine was gonna be No Place Like Gnome was gonna be mine, but
You've just shown me up. That's going down on the notes now. This is No Place Like Gnome. We now move to player 3. This one, you'll see. Yeah, that's the correct face.
ooh. We love to see a 10 level fighter with 77 hit points.
How did that come about?
The Druid 5 is interesting. And ooh, baby, what a constitution modifier. What a con.
There it
God.
is. -2, baby.
Woof. Woof.
Woof. Absolutely woof. Yeah, this thing is...
Wow. And like
a lot.
wackadoo charisma skill modifiers.
Mhm.
+7,
Oh, yeah.
+7. And some of the intelligence ones too, actually. 7 investigation, 7
Mhm.
arcana. Okay. Yikes. With a 14 AC. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty sick.
That's awesome.
That will come up again when I discuss this character more. When we dive deeper.
Okay. What? Do we have any weapons on us? Yes, we have a greatsword.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a javelin.
Uh-huh.
And a flail.
Okay.
And a 13 in strength.
Yep.
And an 18 in dexterity. And the braces of archery.
Uh-huh.
Is there something missing from what I just said?
No. Honestly, I wonder. I don't know if the overall damage would be better, but you might just want to cast Shillelagh on literally a club and use that instead of your raw strength score to attack.
You'd think. Technically, at this level, I think you'd technically be doing a D10 or a D12. One of the two. But with the greatsword, you'd have a 2d6 anyway.
Yeah, because this at least you get +6 attack because you're using your
spellcasting. Now, I do have a little bit of a spoiler. So, one of the other characters, and considering the fact this is the third of 4, I think you can guess which, does have a longbow of warning.
Okay.
So, if we are able to trade supplies, we could take the longbow of warning, and because we have 13 levels in champion fighter, we have the ability... sorry, is it 13? No, it's 10 levels in champion fighter. We have the... what was it? Tactical master? Yeah. When you attack with a weapon whose mastery property you can use, and we can use the mastery of a longbow on this build, you can replace that property with push, sap, or slow. So just imagine for a moment, you've got this character with 77 hit points, and probably at max a 16 AC, because you'd be using a longbow, which takes 2 hands, and you are pinging arrows from 100 feet away. And every time you hit with your, +10 to hit at this level? No, +9 to hit. The next attack that character makes has disadvantage. And they would have to take what? If their speed is 30 feet, dash action for 60, they'd have to take a turn and their movement, and a dash action to get to you. So basically 2 rounds of actions just to get to you, to kill you. At which point, you turn into a riding horse or a war horse, and you dash away.
Yep. And also you have the braces of archery, which will help with that, like the longbow and short bow.
+2 damage, I think.
Yep.
And I genuinely, in my head, I'd want it to be you hold an action to the point where they get like 10 feet of you to turn into a warhorse. And then when they get to you, having used their action to dash, if they have 30 feet of movement, you just spend your turn running away. So they run up after getting peppered with arrows, and then as they get within 10 feet of you, it's just, and you're a warhorse and you disappear.
Yep. 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 Yep.
But you're a Circle of the Land druid, which means I think you might have spike growth. So they start running towards you. They've committed to this action, right? They've taken their dash and their regular movement away from the regular combat. And once they've done that, cast spike growth and center it around them. So now, every 5 feet they move of this 20-foot radius spell, they take 2d4 damage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now look me in my eyes and tell me, if you were getting pinged from 100 feet away by the DM's enemy, and you go, fine, I'm going to make a value judgment. I can't keep making attacks at disadvantage. I have to go. So you take an entire turn to run and dash to try and get to them as fast as possible. And then at the end of that turn, they snap their fingers and you're in a spike growth. Tell me you wouldn't be absolutely livid when you get to them, they turn into a warhorse and they repeat the action.
Yep. Because then you also have like the
I
action surge of it
explode.
all too.
Yep. That's a really good point as well.
Yep.
Oh god, I didn't even think about that. You could action surge and turn like, oh my god, that's so good.
Yeah. So I'm looking at some of these things that they have. I love how they have the charger feat,
Mm-hmm.
which you get the improved dash, right? So you could take 10 feet
Great.
for the additional for your dash. But then I love it's like if you this halfling, if you move 10 feet in a straight line toward a target, you can like choose some effects. And it's just I love the idea of this halfling just running full tilt at a medium to large sized creature or humanoid and just knocking them back 10 feet. I love that.
I like the idea of this character running 10 feet towards an enemy, turning into a bull,
Yep.
and using the charge to fuck their world up. And then disappearing into the distance and pinging them from 100 feet away as they try and run towards you with arrows that mean every time you attack, it's disadvantage. Or
Yep.
you can use the slow property, meaning every time they move, they take 10 off of their movement, right? So hear me out. You got 30 feet of movement. This person's 100 feet away. They ping you with an arrow, and you get sap. So you have to run to go get them, because you know it's not viable. You run. You dash. You get 60 feet. You're now 40 feet away, right? For whatever reason, they don't move. You're like, I'm going to get them next turn. On their turn, they ping you with an arrow with slow. So when you take a move and dash, you lose effectively, I believe, 20 feet of movement. Effective. So now you're moving 40 feet in a turn, and it's going to take you an extra turn to get there. And as soon as you do, spike growth, warhorse, disappear. Eventually you get to them. You're one movement away. You've got them next turn. Turn into a bull, run dead long at you. I think I'd lose my mind. I think I'd lose my shit.
Yeah, because you're like, if I can just get there, I'll have this halfling in my hands. They won't do shit. And then it's just kidding. I'm now getting charged down like I'm a matador waving a red flag.
Yep. And I got to admit, it makes sense they have the brave feat.
Yep.
Because the steel nerve you need to have to run at somebody at 15th level with 77 hit points is insane.
Yep, especially with the reworked druid class, where you just don't have like a heat sink of hit points anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
You get the temp hit points.
Yeah, and I love this because they also have their heroic warrior from their champion subclass where they could just give themselves heroic inspiration a bunch. They have luck as a halfling. So you just have all of these tools in your kit to make this character the most annoying thing to try and best, even though their AC is 14 and they only have 77 hit points.
It's so funny that they have the protection, interception, and defense fighting styles.
Yes, yes. Let me interpose my shield, which I don't have. Do I have?
Don't carry.
Great.
Nope. You have
Great.
proficiency. Don't carry one.
Yeah. Let me just intercept it with my face. That's what I'll do.
Literally with my bow. What? Now, there is one other idea, and this is purely for shits and giggles. This is not mechanically good in any way.
I love it.
You take a quarterstaff, you cast Shillelagh, you wild shape into. Now you can make this mechanically good with something like an ape or something, but my idea was raccoon, and this.
Yeah.
There was a second delay, and just
Yeah.
watching you explode. Just a raccoon with a baseball bat.
Yep. Yep.
That's all I want to be, man.
Yep.
I just want to be a raccoon with a baseball bat.
Which, like, okay, I would like to say, I think thematically, this makes a lot of sense because raccoons
So
are
good.
so good at getting out of any situation. But if you ever try to get into a fight with a raccoon, they will beat the shit out of you.
You're losing.
You're
losing that fight.
The trash pandas will not put up with it.
They're not having it.
No.
I love the idea of this halfling getting the ability to transform into animals and getting the ability to transform into like these massive hulking behemoths and going, no. I'm a strategist and I know how to fight small.
My strength is in my size.
Exactly. Raccoon time. Pulls out a baseball bat, goes, be magic now. And the enemy goes, what? And it turns into a raccoon and runs headlong at them.
Yeah, I not to get into story stuff, but I like the idea that they had 10 levels fighter have only recently come into their druid power, so they only know one wild shape. They're like, I only know raccoon. That's the only one I'm doing. I don't need anything else.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Hear me out. They know two wild shapes. Raccoon, warhorse. Why do they know a warhorse? I'll tell you why they know a warhorse. How did they get 10 levels in Champion Fighter?
Horseback?
Now, if you'll take a look at their background, this thing's a scribe.
Yep.
How did they get 10 levels in Champion Fighter? They were following a guy around, a general, writing their story. They realized the general is not actually good at his job.
Mm-hmm.
And they realized that because it turns out the enemies they were fighting had a druid who has been the warhorse the whole time. That's how the halfling learned to be a druid. He was like, this guy sucks, and you've absolutely destroyed him. And I learned from you.
Yep.
And this guy's like, yeah, sure.
Yep.
This arch druid is like, yeah, sure, man. He's like, I have an idea.
Can I pitch you the strategic advantages of Raccoon Warhorse? Can I be a mini pony?
Have you accepted Raccoon Warhorse into your life?
Yes. Can I be a mini zebra? Is that an option?
Oh, yes. Can I be a Shetland zebra?
Yep. Yep.
Just a Shetland pony that's stripy.
Yep. Has raccoon stripe, is horse. Therefore, is best.
Therefore, hear out.
Yes. Yeah. That's awesome. I recognize that this character has a +2 intelligence, but I really like the idea that the entire time this guy is scribing, and the reason why he ended up in fighter and not like some kind of intelligence class is that he's literally just drawing pictures of raccoons the entire time. Just you look at the notes and it's like you see those illuminated manuscripts with the beautiful handwriting, and then it's just tucked into every starting letter is a picture of a raccoon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now I just need to check something and it needs to happen. I don't know if it will, but it needs to happen. Okay, perfect. It did happen. I'm so happy this has happened. This thing has proficiency in Arcana. This thing is an exclusive raccoon mage.
Yep. My class at my school of magic is raccoon. That's what I do.
It's perfect. Mm-hmm. Okay, just take a look at the spells for me, okay? Mm-hmm. You've got Mage Hand, which, to be clear, from telekinetic means that can be invisible.
Yep.
Tell me a raccoon that wouldn't want to be able to magically and invisibly steal food.
Yep.
Starry Wisp. That's just throwing a ball of embers at somebody. If you're telling me a raccoon saw like a little like embering coal or something and you backed it into a corner, it was just
Yep.
huck it at you.
Yep.
Shillelagh, raccoon with a baseball bat, we've covered this.
Yes, that's important.
Guidance, raccoons. How do they keep getting out of situations? Guidance.
Yep.
Just like D&D players. They abuse it. A raccoon would abuse it.
Yep.
Speak with animals. It's a raccoon. Of course it can speak with animals.
They have a find familiar spell. I think we know what form the familiar takes, is all I'm going to say. We know.
It's poetry. Yes.
Amazing.
Okay. I genuinely, I have no notes.
Yeah,
We've
I'm
nailed
locked
it.
in on this. I'm locked in.
Absolutely same. Raccoon Mage, 100%. I hope I get this one.
Yep. Yep.
Also, boon of being a fighter, we have proficiency in Constitution saving throws, meaning our concentration spells aren't entirely screwed.
And we can eat anything.
There it is. We're a raccoon. It's all coming together, baby.
It's like this was put together.
Also, I'm telling you, right? But it wasn't. It was all dice rolls.
I know.
Also,
Wait.
they have the potion of invulnerability.
Yeah, hold on. Wait a minute. This character was randomly put together. It's not optimized for a D&D character. It is optimized if you're playing a raccoon, though.
Fully, though. Okay, hear me out. Flavor choice. The halfling is just a raccoon person.
In a trench coat. I love it.
This is why I love you, Dev. This is why I needed you here with me for this. This is why I needed you here for raccoon in a trench coat. Raccoon mage in a trench coat. Wait a minute. Have we just built one of the Legend of Adventures characters?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yep. By accident, we walked our way there, yes. Oh my god.
Well, I hope if they see this, which they won't, but if they see this, they're happy with what we've built.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, and moving on. Okay, now, I can't lie. I looked at all these characters beforehand. This one is my baby.
Okay.
I looked at this, something jumped out immediately, and it's a little bit out there, so I don't know if you will see it. But I'm hoping you do. Player 4, let's load it up.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay, so we got Monk 13. Okay. We got... Dude, God, they know so many languages. What the hell?
They are part tactician.
Yep.
Which means they have the polyglot ability, I believe. Which, for a word that means knowing a lot of different words and languages, is a really bad word. I just don't like that word. That feels bad in my mouth.
I like that they have a lute. That's nice.
It all ties in. Yep. I've got something for you, and it all ties in, and it's going to be beautiful.
Okay, so your skill array is very interesting. We're really over-indexed on our athletics, insight, intimidation, investigation, medicine. But you got a high int character, high strength character, surprisingly. I'm gonna
start sort of
breadcrumbing
little things. Medicine, investigation, intimidation, insight, acrobatics, and athletics. That's an interesting skill array. Tactician, a character that takes time. Do you know what the perfect plan ability is?
No, I'm not familiar with this class all that much.
No worries. I wasn't either until this. I've done a little bit of research into it. It's now one of my favorite classes. Basically, what they do is they take, I think they can do it after a long rest, and they create what's called a perfect plan. And it includes, I'm paraphrasing, but I'm going to say for an effective, like for what you'd use it in game for all your allies, right? And then when that ally makes a d20 test, you can add a d4. Only one can be used per roll. And once you've run out of your perfect plan dice, I think at this level, you have to take another long rest before you can refill it. Now, to me, that sounds like prep time that you'd take. And this person is an incredibly proficient melee combatant, hand-to-hand combat, takes aggressive action when needed, but also analyzes, specifically with the ability Analyze. You gain a special extra reaction that you can take each round, and you can take it on the same turn as you take your normal reaction. You can use this special reaction only to spend perfect plan dice on a d20 test made against the creature you're analyzing. in contest with that creature, with the creature you're analyzing, or caused by the creature analyzing. The creature analyzing has disadvantage on opportunity attacks against you. Otherwise, studying their fighting style and knowing how to dodge out of the way. Your analysis lasts for a minute, ending early if you lose concentration. As if you were concentrating on a spell, you're always fighting with your head. Intelligent defense. You can use your intelligence instead of your dexterity modifier when you're doing your AC. Again, fighting with your head.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've been leading up to something.
I'm ready. I'm excited.
I'm hoping the people at home know what it is that I've been leading to, because I've dropped quite a few hints and I haven't done it correctly. That's on me. But this is Batman but with snakes. I call it the Viper.
Okay.
Now follow me.
I'm walking beside you. I'm ready.
Hands of Harm, because it's a way of Mercy Monk. At this level, you can inflict the poisoned condition. To be clear, listen to the wording there. You can inflict the poison condition until the end of your next turn. No saving throw. The poison condition in 2024 means they have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. 13 key points, or focus points. 13 of them. 13 rounds in a row. You can just give somebody the poison condition and give them disadvantage on attacks. Perfect plan. Anytime somebody makes a d20 test, any of your allies makes a d20 test, as long as they're within 60 feet of you, you can add a d4 as a reaction. Polyglot, speak a bunch of different languages. Stunning strike. Yeah, your save is low. Who cares? You're the Viper.
Mm-hmm.
I see this guy at this level as a street tier superhero.
Little vigilante action.
Where did you get the snake element? Yeah, there's poison, but that could be anything. Or necrotic, I should say.
I know where you got it.
You know where I got it? Tell me where I got it.
You got a staff.
Damn straight. You know what that staff is? That's this motherfucker's utility belt. It's an Ouroboros. That's the belt. Belt buckle? It's just a snake biting its own tail. You whip it off, throw it on the ground. It's an actual fucking snake. That's your sidekick. You are the Viper. You have hands of healing as well. You know what that is? That's a first aid kit on your utility belt. Spray, disinfected. You know what else you have? Potion of diminution. Now hear me out. If there's a small character, you can make him tiny. Put him in a glass jar. Put him on your utility belt. That is the least violent way to arrest somebody.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you get them there before they expand.
I was going to say.
But if you get somewhere you need to be.
Uh-huh.
And you see just under pen in the ingredients. Oh, sorry, in the inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll containing the text of a law important to you. Are you being fucking serious? That is just your superhero mantra. That's your manifesto. That's the rule you won't break. That's the thing that drives you, your core principle. And if you look at the spells for me, there is a lot more to being a superhero than just fighting people. Mending. You're out here helping the community. Some kid, he's on a velocipede bike because that's what we've got. The chain breaks. I don't know if they have chains. Fine. The wheel breaks. You come up. It's the Viper. The Viper gets down, mends it. That child, happy, doesn't go on to be a criminal. Superhero. I've been talking for too long.
I love the Batman analogy specifically because this is a warrior of mercy monk. Because Batman has his whole shtick where he's like, I don't kill people. I get bad guys and whatever. But you ever watch a Batman movie? I'm thinking like Christopher Nolan Batman movies, not like 60s Batman movies. And you see this man punching people off of roofs and into walls, and you're like,
He has arm blades.
Yeah, like, are you sure you're not killing people? So I really like the idea that this guy is running around being like, I'm a warrior of mercy, punches through somebody's chest. I'm a warrior of mercy, poisons someone. It's me, your savior.
Exactly. Especially because you're doing a D10. That's the same as a longsword with two hands.
Yes.
Huh?
Yep, regular, degular people are one punch away from death.
Easy one punch away from death.
Yep. One Punch Man.
Uh,
Literally.
honestly, if you're doing as a monk, obviously you've got extra attack,
Hmm.
and you've got your martial arts attack as your bonus action, right? That's 3d10 plus 9. The average commoner, I think, has about 5 hit points.
If that, yeah.
If you also have the Mind Sliver cantrip, imagine just for a moment, because I want to check this, because I think I'm correct here, but I might not be. Because if I am, this gets so much funnier.
Can I make a pitch? I would like for him to get knuckle tattoos that say harm and heal. And so this is his hand of harm and this is his hand of healing.
I love it. Build off on it. It's not just tattoos on the knuckles. On the one that says harm, he gets those like subdermal implants, so he has permanent brass knuckles.
Yeah.
On the one that says heal, he gets a bit confused, gets syringes.
Yep.
Also, for Mind Sliver, you try to temporarily sliver the mind of one creature you can see within range. Target must succeed on an intelligence saving throw or take 1d6 psychic damage, subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw they make. Are you trying to tell me that this person can give you the poison condition, which means you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, and reduce a d4 from your saving throws? I'm hearing near perfect debuffer.
Yep.
He also has the alarm spell. I'm sorry, secret base.
Mm-hmm.
Camping out in the woods. The Viper's been camping on the streets. He's walked the mean streets of Botham, and he's had to be prepared. He's got alarms up everywhere.
Yes, I would also like to say that so you got the enlarge reduce spell that when he whips out the staff of Python, you cast enlarge on it, and then you just have a large size snake.
See, I think the staff of the Python. Sorry, I think the enlarge reduce is from the potion of diminution, which means that they can only do reduce, I think. However, the staff of Python makes the snake a giant snake anyway.
I'm not sure I'm following, but I trust you.
I'm flattered. So if you'll see next to the enlarge reduce spell, you'll see that there's that little backpack icon.
Yes.
That means it's coming from something in your inventory. Yeah.
I see.
Because the potion of diminution basically lets you do the reduce aspect of that.
Got
Also,
it.
infiltration.
That's very confusing.
It is. Honestly, one of the first things that made me think Snake Batman was a monk with high strength. That is Batman. But I would like to say as well, now, the features and traits. I had never heard of this background before. I don't know what it is. I think it's maybe from Eberron, or it's one of the new ones. I don't know. Azurus Guild Functionary. Do you see what that bottom ability is? Oh, it's from Ravnica. Okay, cool.
Yes. In the legal
Neither
authority,
of us play Magic the Gathering.
Neither of us play Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so funny because a bunch of our party members do.
Yep.
And we every so often get shown cards, and we're just sat there baffled.
Yep. None of it makes sense.
No, too many words. He says as he reads an in-depth paragraph. Give me a moment.
Yep.
You have the authority to enforce the laws of Ravnica, and that status inspires a certain amount of respect and even fear in the populace. People mind their manners in your presence and avoid drawing your attention. They assume you have the right to be wherever you are, showing your Azurius insignia, I just don't want the comments to eat me alive. Azurius, there we go.
No, intentionally say it wrong.
Okay, so cut that part. Here we go.
Clicks.
Showing your Azurus. Imagine if I nail it that time.
Your whole Azurus.
So cut the last two. Showing your Azarusi insignia gets you an audience with anyone you want to talk to. That makes sense. If I showed my Azarusi, I'm getting an audience wherever I need to go. Though it might cause more problems than it solves when you're dealing with incorrigible lawbreakers. If you abuse this privilege, though, you can get in serious trouble with your superiors, even stripped of your position. So what you're telling me is this character automatically Or I just thought
Not
I'd follow
me
you.
just moving in
Uh,
place.
Not me just stimming.
Yep.
Dyson Divergence.
Yeah.
The name means something. So you're telling me this character already has the like vigilante, well, in air quotes, vigilante sort of like heroic respect and ability to enforce the laws. This is such a I genuinely like I very rarely like my job is mechanics. I also write narrative. I'm also the dramaturge and the lore master for our season one of the first flight, and I probably will be for this season two as well. I also do story, but my job here is mechanics. I saw this and I went, "That's Batman, but with snakes. That's Snake Man from the Spider-Man universe."
So I would actually like to challenge that just slightly, ever so slightly, because
I love it when you do.
because I think this exact background is the reason why you can't quite be a Batman. But hear me out. I think this character
I'm walking with you.
is more of a Punisher. Okay? Because you have all of the trappings of a Batman, right? You have your fists of fury, you have your utility belt, your whatever. But unlike Batman, who is very technically reviled by the authorities at large in Gotham City, except for like your Gordons, for example, this guy is fully endorsed by the legal apparatus of. So I think this guy is like Punisher in the sense that he is an anti hero vigilante, but has become this like warped symbol for the legal authority in the place. So very much how like weird white supremacist whatever people are like the Punisher, like like pro police folks, like the Punisher is the guy, and it's like the Punisher has no interest in literally anything that you're selling. I think it's like that where yeah, he is a vigilante, he is a Batman, but there's just enough where the legal authority in this one is like, yeah, we endorse this guy. He supports our values. And the guy's like, actually, not at all. Not really, but okay.
I love it. Building on it, if the view of the character is not maybe not even a full endorsement. Maybe it's a quiet under the table thing. Maybe it's
Hmm.
in whispers. Maybe it's a our job is to uphold the law and we must follow the laws that are set to do so.
Hmm.
But this guy doesn't need that.
Hmm.
And so it's almost like an understanding of the police and legal system that's like sometimes our rules restrict us from getting the guy. That's where
Hmm.
you come in. So he's like an extra legal, like loose cannon, crazy. Because like in the background, you can lose your authority.
Hmm.
So the idea is like he gets taken to the commissioner's office every so often, and he's like, "You're a loose cannon. You need to rein it in. You destroyed 6 city blocks for that petty drug deal." And
Yep.
he's like, "There is no justice unless,"
Yep.
like fully.
Yep. Just like for any Mass Effect fans out there, I'm thinking about the Spectres, like the Council's extra legal people where they run off and do missions in territory that the council has no business being in, and they kind of do whatever they have to do to get the job done, even if maybe it's not executed the best way possible.
See, I'm seeing this as like a. I know this is such an oxymoron, but like, and I hope I'm getting the phrasing right. From the season two of Critical Role, the Mighty Nine, I'm seeing this like a sort of fun camp version of the Volstrucker,
Hmm.
like extra governmental, extremely like potent and powerful. But in this case, it's a blend of that and like a buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
It's like they are technically extra governmental. They are also incredibly lucky because they have the lucky feet, right?
Hmm.
What if they are like, what's the word? You know how in like action films, if you can't tell, I've been watching a lot of the Never Stop Blowing Up season
Ah.
from D20. If you haven't watched it, it's excellent. Please do. It for me, I would say at least second, if not the funniest season they've ever done. I kind of also see this guy as like an action star
Yeah.
where he can just pull off absolutely insane shit and the police department does nothing to stop him.
Yep. Well,
Like
it's literally the
in
superhero thing, right? Where it's like every movie, New York City is destroyed, but I guess technically the superheroes won in the end, so we don't know how
Yeah,
they survive, but they do.
but they did. So yeah, I absolutely love this character. And honestly, I think I've said this about another one of the characters, but I hope I get this one.
Yeah, you really wanted the
And
raccoon trench
frankly,
coat.
oh god, yeah, the raccoon in a trench coat. How could I choose between the viper and a raccoon in a trench coat?
I would actually love to see those two people meet in real life.
You will if you watch the show.
Yes. So you all should watch so you can watch all these characters interact in real time.
That's all I'm saying. Well, that actually brings me on to the thing I wanted to do just after this one, which is to close this out, unless you had anything else you wanted to say.
No, no.
What are we calling this guy? Because I have been calling it the Viper because I'm so excited about it, but I'd love to know what you think.
I think the Viper works.
I think the Viper works. Perfect. So, kind of putting the Viper to one side, we have all of these characters. We have Fish Out of Water, No Place Like Gnome, Raccoon in a Trench Coat, and the Viper. All of these people are going to be adventuring together. Now, I want to make something incredibly clear. The fact that what I'm about to say is true is frankly insane. Okay? These people are actually kind of a balanced D&D party. We have a utility caster skill monkey. We have a healer who can also do excellent damage. We have an AoE and tank, and we have a single target DPR and debuffer. If you rearranged the stats on these characters and you brought them to me, I would sign them off on most any adventure. Happily. How did this happen?
There's a plan.
I don't get it. Now, to close out this episode, I've enjoyed this so much. What are we calling this adventuring group? Just to be clear, we've got a barbarian that decided they wanted to go to art school, but also then become a chemist. We've got a dragonborn light cleric that was raised as a gnome, who is the chosen one to fight demons. We have a scribe that was following around a general, found out that the general was so dumb that his horse was actually a druid from the enemy side who killed the general, and then he just decided to join them and became Raccoon in a trench coat. And we have a Punisher-esque / buddy cop movie street level superhero called the Viper. What are we calling this group of vagabonds?
So immediately in my head, I'm gravitating towards something around second chances. So like all second chances, the second chancers, something, because all these people were on one direction in their life and then ended up taking a different direction. Or in the case of our superhero, you literally have somebody whose thing is rehabilitating criminals, right? So some heavy quotes. So I wonder if there's like an angle there that we could work potentially.
Maybe like the do-overs?
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
I like that. Especially because little secret tidbit here for you guys. A little mystery, as I've got a fresh leak for the Random Characters season. We're doing one-shots every episode, right? And that means that every season we're leveling up and we're getting new characters. But it's the same people, but not quite. We have the same memories and stuff. Meaning, every episode is literally a do-over. You just get a new body, new person, new abilities. Let's go complete the next step. They are the do-overs. I love it.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have enjoyed our ramblings and the insane things that we have created, found, and decided. Dev, I hope you've had a good time.
Indeed, I have.
I'm very glad to hear it. And I want to say, please come check out Dyson Divergence. We are uploading the VODs as we speak to the YouTube. We have, I think, up to episode 12 up, episode 13.
I think we're up to 14 now.
14 of our 30 episode series, but they will be coming out more regularly now. And tune in for season 2 of our Random Characters at Dyson Divergence. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.